All right, John, we're in the lobby, and as the college year winds down, many soon-to-be graduates are thinking, okay, I got to get a job, right? Let's put that degree to work. But it all starts with the interview process, right? Ann Larson is the managing partner of the Interview Experience in St. Louis. Literally, Ann, you help people perform well during job interviews.
I do. Both professionals and young professionals.
Okay, we talk about some of the interview nightmares that we've heard about. Share a quick story with us.
Well, the most interesting one I had was I flew to LA to interview a young woman who looked fantastic on paper. And when I got there, she was playing cards in the lobby, solitaire, with a deck of cards. And she asked me if I wouldn't mind waiting just a moment because it looked as if she was going to win the game. And she might have won the game. She didn't win the interview.
Well, now, see, somebody could look at that differently and say, wow, she's competitive. She's going after her goal. Could that have been interpreted differently? But you were put off by it.
Absolutely,
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah. Did you explain it to her, and did she say what?
And the interview kind of spiraled downward from there, and we did take a moment to talk about interviews. But one of the first thing that students need to do is they need to leave their student image behind, and they need to build their professional image and their professional brand. And then they can do this by, obviously everybody's talked about it before, they need to look at their social network sites. If they're not appropriate or well represented, they need to shut those down.
Spring break pictures have to go.
That's true.
And I will admit, when I came out to meet you, we shook hands and made eye contact, and then I was like, did I do okay? Did I shake the hand right? Did I do okay?
You absolutely did. Nice firm handshake.
Oh, good.
Right.
Now, we are going to talk about 4 tips, 4 ideas that you can take with you as a young person, a college grad, into the interview. First of all, professionalize your image, as you mentioned.
Absolutely. Professionalize your image. Think about even the smallest of details, like what is your phone or your voicemail ready to receive professional messages? I called a client recently, super bright young man who attends a very prominent university here in the Midwest, and I heard, hey, leave a message.
Oh.
I wasn't sure that I even had the right number, and a prospective employer wouldn't be sure either.
Oh, well, that's a good one. These are just little tiny nuances.
Things.
All right, create an interview portfolio to showcase your academic experience.
Very important. Our young professionals are often intimidated because they bring very little real-world experience to an interview. So creating an interview portfolio allows them to showcase their academic preparation and how it's prepared them for their profession. I am currently working with a new Webster graduate who's a teacher, and she said, Ann, I can't create one because I don't have any experience. And I said, well, let's look to your methodologies classes or your student teaching. And she said, well, they're using lesson plans that I did as an example for undergrads. And I said, well, that's perfect to showcase that you understand best practices in education.
I love that. Okay, and if you're going into a company to interview, research is key.
Everybody says it, everyone. And it's amazing how few people do it or do it to the level that they really need to. There's no excuse not to research nowadays with all of the technology at our fingertips.
I agree with that, actually. Okay, bring letters of recommendation with you. Don't just talk about it.
Right. You know what? This is one way. The goal in an interview is to set yourself apart from your competition. This is one way that you can do it easily because very few people actually bring them with them. I recommend that they just use an interview packet and put letters of recommendation right in here. People who can speak to your professional work ethic, your leadership skills, your teamwork skills. Go to a professor or a supervisor that you had for an internship or somebody that you served on a volunteer committee with.
And I like that you did package it all together. Resume on one side, letters of recommendation there, business card there. You might spend a little bit at Kinko's, but I think it might be worth it. If I'm a prospective employer, I would say that's impressive.
Well worth it, and leave it with them.
Leave it with them. Wow. And you've seen people turn around from interview to job and get it, yes?
Absolutely. Wow. Absolutely.
And that's what she does for a living, and we will put you in touch with her. If you are entering the marketplace for a job and you want to learn the little small nuances that'll help you beat the competition, we'll put all of the information on our website for you, fox2now.com. Just look for this segment under the AM Show tab. You'll find all the links. And we'll be right back.